Poppy.
I think Texas is gonna.
I switch. What?
Poppy, give me the dance.
Yesterday.
Poppy, give me the dance.
Give me the gritty.
Here we go.
There it is. Well, we'll see what the Rangers can do with the Orioles. I mean, how do you compete with that? I don't even know what to say. Why don't we just get it out to Arlington? The guy's calling it. Let's do that. Joe Davis, John Smoltz, enjoy it. Joe.
All right, Kevin, and of course, Globe Life Field hosted the 2020 COVID postseason, but they get to host postseason baseball for their Rangers for the first time, and those Rangers have a 2-0 series advantage. Welcome to the 2023 American League Division Series on Fox, presented by Booking.com. We welcome you inside with the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. I'm Joe Davis. For the Orioles, who led the American League with 101 wins this season, not much has gone right so far in this division series. Now, one amazing thing that they still have going, they've not been swept, John, in about a year and a half. How do they keep that streak going and keep their season alive?
Well, they've been known as resilient. That speaks to your point. They're gritty, and they pitch better than what's happened in the first two games. And to win the two-strike battle against this vaunted lineup for Texas, that's what they're going to have to do. Win the two-strike battle when you get two strike counts and get the leadoff batter off the base, because there's been too much traffic for the Baltimore Orioles pitching staff.
Well, that Rangers team, probably the hottest team in baseball at this point at the right time. They are perfect so far in the postseason. We saw the pitching and the defense in a 3-2 win game one, but then the bats came to life in game two.
Game one literally could have gone either way. It was such a good game, and the Texas Rangers made a play late. Young makes this play in the 8th inning. This could have changed the whole series. They could have gone on to lose that game. Then they throw out a runner late. So defensively and pitching and timing, they did everything you have to do. Now, game two was a total opposite of game one. They basically took care of business with 11 runs, 11 hits, and 11 walks. Look, they love to play here at home. They haven't been home in a while. The crowd's going to be crazy. It's going to be key that they stick to their game plan and close this thing out.
Magic number of 11 in game two. Magic number now is 1 to get the Rangers to the championship series for the first time in 12 years. Bruce Bochy has taken over and tries to do what he's done so many other times, march a team through the postseason. They hand it off to a great big game pitcher in Nathan Eovaldi here in game 3. It's the Rangers, it's the Orioles in the division series next on Fox. First home game in nearly 3 weeks for these Texas Rangers. September 24th, they beat Seattle. Then they leave on a 7-game trip through L.A. and Seattle with a 2.5-game lead when they left here last. But they go 3-4 on that trip to blow the division that they'd led all year. Got to take a 6-hour flight to St. Pete. They sweep Tampa Bay. They fly up to Baltimore, win both games there. And now 16 days and close to 7,000 miles later, they're back in Texas, 1 win away from a championship series, and they've got the guy on the mound they want in the biggest games.
They sure do. Before the injury, he was rolling. After the injury, it's been a little bit of a, let's say, get back to form. He got back to form when they needed him in Tampa and dominated. And he's going to have fastball command going to be an issue. He's got, going to be a key. His fastball command's usually pretty good. He throws his split on both sides of the plate, and he throws an occasional curveball and cutter. Look, he's a big game wannabe. That's why they got him here. And for this home crowd, putting up a 0 in the first inning will go a long way.
All-star in his first season here in Texas in his home state. And last Wednesday in St. Pete, 1 run over 6 2/3. This will now be his 8th postseason start. These are the games they got him for. They signed him to that 2-year contract last year after he made his reputation in Boston pitching in big games. You think of the 2018 World Series where he didn't just pitch in big games, he pitched in all the games, 3 of them in a 4-day span. And that is the reputation of this man that tries to get him into the championship series. Against this lineup for the Orioles in game 3 with the rookie Gunnar Henderson leading off. Adley Rutschman just 1 for 8 so far. Orioles obviously need more from him. Anthony Santander bats third. Ryan Mountcastle at first base hitting cleanup. First right-hander they face, so first start for Ryan O'Hearn, who had a fantastic regular season. Austin Hayes is in left field. And center it's Cedric Mullins with Jordan Westberg and Adam Frazier finishing things up for Brandon Hyde. And the umpiring crew continues to rotate. The crew chief now calls balls and strikes, and Alfonso Marquez. The Orioles led the American League with 101 wins this season. Offense failed them in Game 1. The pitching failed them in Game 2. Trying to keep their dream season alive here in Game 3 in Texas.
Yeah, and they were oh so close. Even though the Game 2 got away from them, they had a lot of situations that could have gone their way. Pitching did not make it happen. They have had the lead for a half an inning. They've got to get in a position to play with the lead a little bit more than they have in this series, and look for some guys to get out of their mode, meaning if they've taken pitches, look for them to swing early to get things going.
Gunnar Henderson stands in, and off we go with ball 1 from Evaldi.